I want to tell you about my film expeditions in different countries of the world where I recorded my film archive about the history of Russian diaspora and recorded memories of representatives of white Russian immigrants. Over the past 25 years, while touring the world with my camera, I collected my film archive in 9 countries including China, Canada, America, and European countries. I ended up with a lot of interesting stories to tell about my meetings with these heroes of my archives and films. And I believe that all of this information is very unique and important for future generations, since almost everyone I managed to record, unfortunately, is no longer alive. It's truly heartbreaking for me that this old generation known as the White Russians now left this earth forever. Especially significant for me that in a short time frame that I had, my life path overlapped with these people's lives, and they felt comfortable to share with me their precious memories. And through my archive and films, those memories continue touching everyone who wants to know the truth about the history of Russia and the world at the turn of 19th and 20th century. Especially valuable are witness testimonies about the pages of Russian history that are very little known or not known at all to general public. There is a list of historical events, so-called uncomfortable subjects, which even now, more than a century later since the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, those memories are still taboo on many main TV channels. Besides gathering information about historical events, I also received a rare point of view from contemporaries of those important times. The participants of the White Liberation Movement and their descendants shared with me the thoughts on the revolution of 1917 and the civil war in Russia, as well as the tragic consequences for millions of people. They entrusted me with the deepest emotions which they experience in the moments of leaving the motherland and the feelings of despair during many years of wandering in a foreign land. They shared with me the stories of the grandfathers who participated in evacuation in November 1920, and hundreds of thousands of soldiers and their families and many thousands of civilians left Russia. The Great Exodus, as this historical event is called, was organized by Commander-in-Chief of White Army General Wrangel. Thanks to his care and courage, more than 150,000 people who joined the liberation movement in the White Army were saved from Red Terror those days. 135 ships left ports of Sevastopol and Yalta in the Black Sea towards Constantinople. Their future was absolutely unknown. Escaping from atrocities of Bolsheviks, they were forced to go into exile. But while scattered around the world, they did not lose their national identity. They did not lose the culture and Christian Orthodox faith. They preserved their traditions and language, thanks to their love for Russia. Despite all the troubles and tragedies, the loss of the motherland, and the loss of hope to return to Russia in the near future, the White Russians proved to be a close-knit community ready not only to preserve the spiritual and cultural values of its long-suffering motherland, but also multiply them. Believing in the future resurrection of Greater Russia, white immigrants founded Russian communities around the world, organized children's schools and cadets organizations, and they teach the young people Russian language, literature, and history. And everywhere in any country of the world, in the West and East, in America and Europe, in Canada and Australia, members of the white movement and the families who did not accept the communist authorities in Russia built the Orthodox Christian churches. Those white Russian communities have preserved important evidence of the past. They capture them in the numerous archives and libraries in order to transfer this knowledge to the new generation and prevent tragedies in the future. The history of the past no longer remains distant and faceless, but it's told by those who create it. Years have passed since the day of my first film expedition, but it's 25 years ago. I wholeheartedly and absolutely without any commercial gain to myself continue to collect my film archive and would like to bring to our world only light and kindness. I hope and believe that those priceless archives collected by me in different cities and countries around the world will be used in various educational and research projects, and that they will find a safe place to be preserved forever. These unforgettable meetings enriched not only my movie archives, but also my life and the life of my whole family. I am forever grateful that I met this vibrant and multinational community. Bonded by love to Russian culture, this diaspora had natives from different regions of pre-revolutionary Russia, people from different walks of life, representatives from traditional Kazakh villages and peasant farms to descendants of famous noble families and high-ranking commanders-in-chief. Having filmed those priceless memories on camera, I also created films and wrote scripts for my 12 documentaries, which helped me to keep records of my unforgettable meetings. And I'm glad that I was able to record my memories about many wonderful events that accompanied my film pilgrimage. This rich world, created more than a century ago, has survived to this day, along with all traditions including children's concerts and holiday fairs. Who are the heroes of my archives and movies? Well, after the end of Second World War, many Russians who were abroad were afraid of repatriations back to Soviet Union. Scattered through Europe, they found themselves in DP camps, places for displaced people. I recorded on video some very tragic stories about those scary times when many people were facing deportation, and as we know now, anyone who went back to Soviet Union after life in Western world were guaranteed a ticket one way to Stalin Gulag camps. A huge role in saving more than 500,000 human souls from deportation to Soviet Union and from communist atrocities belongs to a daughter of world-famous writer Leo Tolstoy, Alexandra Tolstoy. She created a foundation in New York State town of Valley Cottage. This old Russian-style house and small settlement became a refugee camp and loving home for over 500,000 desperate Russian people. A huge number of magazines, newspapers was published by the old generation. A lot of books of historical content were written and published. Everyone was trying to find the answer to a question: how did we lose our motherland? In a way, and there was often confessional stories, there was a sincere recognition of the mistakes. Courage cannot be denied to this generation. Recorded by me, voices of the daughters and sons of these old generations of white Russians contributed additional colors to this huge mosaic of human lives and added new touches and details to what they remember from their childhood and youth, to what was already stated in the books of their grandfathers.